just went all the way from South Carolina to Gastonia, North Carolina, thinking I had qualified for the Section 8 rental assistance demonstration apartments. So I get here, and the people are like, okay, well, you gotta submit your proof of income, your 4 pay stubs. You gotta submit your social security cards and your birth certificate. So I'm like, okay, it sounds pretty legit. And then we're gonna determine your eligibility right here and now. I said, okay. So I give them all of these copies. I stayed up till 3 o'clock in the morning making these copies. I give them these copies, and they said, well, we're going to run a quick background check and credit check. I said, okay, fine. Now, if you ever dealt with Housing Authority or Section 8, they do a quick credit check to make sure that, number one, you don't owe any landlords in the last 30 days, if they do that, but some of them do. And number two, if you, especially if you don't pay the housing authority that you previously lived at, if any, money. That's why they do credit checks. Okay, they don't do it for if you owe loans, or if you owe any kind of student loan or medical bills. They do it so to see if you have an eviction in the last 30 days, okay, or if you owe housing authority. So I did all of this, and I'm sitting here waiting from 1 o'clock almost to 3 o'clock. Okay, and the lady said it should only take about 10 to 15 minutes to run my credit. Okay, and I sat there and I waited patiently for 2 hours to find out that she was basically saying I was disqualified because of evictions dating all the way 6 years ago. Okay, and then the evictions, some of them had a balance of non-applicable because I didn't owe the landlord any money. So when they put out the eviction to go to court, they put out non-applicable because I didn't owe him any money. So then she says, well, what is this on your credit report where you owe Alpine, 219 Alpine, for $5,000? I said, well, the last time I checked, that was about something I had did at work for the U.S. government, and I took out a loan. Well, no, I see your student loans. This ain't student loans. This seemed to be something with 219 Alpine. I said, well, that's the only thing I know of. I don't know, I don't know what that is, but I'll have to dispute it because I don't know what it is. Well, it seems like to me it's an address. I said, well, I've never lived at 219 Alpine. Now, meanwhile, she has my credit report in front of her, okay, and she done looked at all my addresses, and none of them say 219 Alpine or 219, anything, Lake Drive or whatever. Nothing has 219 on it. And she still insists, okay, cut my husband off. He said, yeah, the only thing that, would resemble that would be what my wife is saying. She worked for FEMA, and, FEMA said that she owed them some money. And she cut him off and was like, no, that seems like an address. Like, real aggressive. And I'm like, okay, well, number one, I can't get you the information for Loyal Water, which is a previous address of mine. And she was talking about she needed verification, the one that said non-applicable. She needed verification that I don't owe him money, or I don't owe the landlord money. And I said, well, that's 6 years ago. I don't have his phone number or anything like that. So how am I supposed? Well, you'll have to call him. I don't have his number. That's 6 years ago. I said, can I, call the court or something? Well, the court wouldn't be able to, assist you with something as far as the eviction. I said, well, I can't get a court order? No, you can't. I don't think you'd be able to get that assistance. Yeah, because it's 6 years ago. The court gets rid of it after 5 years. So, how they got me there, and I'm gonna show y'all, how they got me there was in the bottom of this paper. I don't know if y'all can see it, but the bottom of this paper reads, if you do not be able to attend this meeting, in which you were picked at the top of the waiting list, if you're not able to attend this meeting, we will go ahead and remove you from the housing assistance waiting list, and you will not be processed. So I said, well, I filled out for Section 8, so I got to hurry up and go here. I got all the way here, and one young lady had said, well, y'all can't be Section 8, because she went ahead of me, and I guess they did the same thing to her. And she said, well, y'all can't be Section 8. And one of the ladies that worked there said, oh, we're not Section 8, but we're kind of like Section 8. Oh, she said, no. She said, I'm sorry, I'm quoting wrong. She said, I don't know how Section 8 works, but we're kind of like, we work differently from Section 8. Either way, they're not Section 8, or they're not related to Section 8, is what she was saying. So I'm like, so what is this that you would take my name off of the housing list if you're not housing, if you're not affiliated with housing? They're called Vista Capital Management Group, and they're with the Cameron Courts and Weldon Heights Apartments in Gastonia, North Carolina, and they're sending out fraudulent letters saying that if you don't come to this meeting, that they will take you off of the housing list. Please do not go to this meeting thinking that you're going to get housing assistance, because they're not a housing affiliated apartments. Unless you're a senior citizen and you're receiving disability benefits. They're not at all related to housing. They are based on income, private owned company. So if you're getting, SSI, or you're 65 years or older, then they will assist you. I don't discourage you not to go down there. But if you're, under 65 and you got children and you done apply for housing, don't go out there. Unless you work full time and you got almost perfect credit and you've never, faced any kind of eviction. It don't matter how old it is. Apparently. But I just got on here quick. We're headed back home now. We left at 7 this morning, and we've been going ever since. It's now 8 o'clock. Well, it says, no, it's not 8 o'clock. It says we'll get there at 7:48. So basically 8 o'clock at night. And we've been doing this all day. And they had me waiting there for 2 hours. 2 hours now. And I wasn't the only one waiting, because some people got there around 12, people were saying. and they was waiting 2 to 3 hours to find out that they weren't qualified. Coming from Georgia. Some people came from Alabama. I heard a lady say she came from Alabama. Like, they're just grabbing people off of, if you got your name on the Gastonia Housing Authority list, they're just grabbing names off of there and sending out letters saying that they're going to disqualify you from housing if you don't attend. Don't go there. And not only that, but if you do qualify, they're asking for a $600 security deposit. $600 to some people who can't afford their, their rental payment. They're saying, I can't afford rent. I need some help. And they're asking $600. Okay. But, yeah, I just got on here quick just to say that, to inform people, if I can,